For more content like this, log on to GibboPresents.com.
It's Gibbo, and right now I'm once again joined by the Steam Minister, Chronixx. Chronixx, how are you?
Good.
Roots
Very good.
And Chalice, the new mixtape from yourself and Federation Sounds, is out now and can be downloaded and streamed for free from soundcloud.com/Chronixx Music. Let me start by telling you a quick story. I woke up one morning, checked my SoundCloud feeds, and there it was, Roots and Chalice. Now, usually I like to have a quick listen to albums or mixtapes and then come back later when I've got more time and listen to them in full. I was gonna do this here, but I pressed play, and before I knew it, the whole thing had finished. I listened to the whole thing. So credit to yourself, Federation, and all those involved. Proof it's a compelling listen from start to finish.
Yeah, it was a nice project, you know. I took a break from what I was producing at the time, which is, you know, my first album, and decided that I was going to do something more fun because it got a little tedious, you know. So I decided to do something more fun, and you know, I've been talking to Max Glazer about it for like years now, you know. So we decided to make it happen, and it turned out well. We got some good music out of it, you know.
Max wrote a few words on largeup.com about the release, and as you just said there, he said it was something that had been talked about for a long time. Prior to the work beginning on it though, how detailed had the discussion been? Had you talked about the direction you wanted to take things?
Well, we never really have much detail, except we wanted to make a nice mixtape, you know, with a nice, you know, with a nice energy, you know what I mean? Just a good energy, you know. We weren't really talking about the kind of genre and the kind, because, you know, I'm a person who, you know, I love to explore all different kinds of music, so I'm not very picky about genre and things like that. So we ended up just work on some things and have all kind of rhythm. We have hip hop rhythms, we have Studio One rhythm, we have Treasure Isle rhythms, we have, you know what I mean, we have Trojan rhythms, we have all kind of rhythms, you know what I mean, and we still never put all the music that we had on the mixtape, you know, because then we'd end up with like 40 songs or more, you know what I mean. So we got really good music out there, music that, you know, we and the people who listen to the mixtape will always remember.
One of the standout tracks to me, and I know many others, is the new version of Spirlina on the Joyride rhythm. Why did you decide to use this iconic 90s rhythm here, and how do you come up with the concept of borrowing from some of the original cuts on the rhythm?
Well, I'm naturally like that, you know. When I hear a familiar sound, it bring back all the other familiar sounds that are related to it, you know. Like just even when you hear certain instruments, it bring you back to a certain kind of music. So, I mean, Joyride, everybody who know about dancehall know, you know, probably know a song or two from off of the Joyride juggling. And Dave Kelly, to me, is a blessing to dancehall, you know what I mean, and all the musicians that he worked with and the artists them. And you know, Joyride is one of the, you know, we had like 2 Dave Kelly beats on it. And yo, them man, they are real top general, yo. And we have to support the thing, and we have to keep the fire burning, because many youths will do that with Chronixx music in the future, you know. So we have to keep the music going and keep everything streamlined. So whosoever discover Chronixx, discover dancehall and discover reggae. Not just Chronixx, but, you know, the whole fullness.
3 previously unreleased singles from the mixtape were posted on SoundCloud prior to the full project dropping. And in addition to this, Sell My Gun was also released on iTunes. Now, to me, this was a good move for a number of reasons, but can you tell me why you decided to do this?
Well, Sell My Gun now is also a part of Top Works, that zinc fence. That's what Teflon is currently working on, and that song came about from before the mixtape. You know what I mean? We decided to make it a part of it because, you know, it's a song that we wanted to, it's an energy that we wanted to give to the people right now, you know? So the mixtape was the best avenue for it right now, you know? But still, it will be a part of the Top Works project that Teflon working on, you know? Other artists like Capleton, you know? Artists like Sizzla, a lot of people have, you know, contributed to the project already. And you know, we have Dre Island, Protege, Kabaka, you know. And I hear a few other artists here. Have you like Issa from the mixtape who featured on Top Works as well, which is one of the brethren them who have been, you know, apart within the whole Zinc Fence vibes from, you know, inception stages. So we give thanks, you know what I mean, for Top Works. We give thanks for Sell My Gun. It's a good vibe. It carry a good energy. I like it. You know, I love the rhythm, and you know what I mean, it give me a good energy, you know what I mean.
I'm pretty sure at this point in time you are sick of the question, when are you going to release your debut album? Does a part of you think, if I can achieve this success off the back of 2 mixtapes, an EP and some singles, why do I need to release an album as long as I keep putting out good music? Or is an album something that you feel you need to do?
Well, the producer side of me, you know what I mean, enjoys the fact that I'm still working on the album, you know what I mean, and I personally, you know, feel like that's something I should give to myself as a person who have been producing. I want to be a part of the production aspect of the album, and you know what I mean, with all the touring and everything that is happening, and you know, me being a recording artist and being out there all the times, you know, that kind of take away some of the time what the producer need. You know what I mean? So that within itself has delayed the whole thing. So you know, the album, it's closer now. It's the closest I've been right now. Trust me. I have a few songs that I know for sure I could put on an album. You know what I mean? A few concepts that I've been working on. You know, right now I have like one of the 4 projects I'm working on right now could be my first album. Yeah. So we have many different things, many different concepts, you know, many different music. We have music from 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013 up till now. Every year we create a body of music, and I mean, any one of them could be the debut one, you know what I mean?
The interludes on Roots and Chalice, were they recorded as interludes or are they just parts of conversations?
It's a natural vibe and everything. Max Glazer came to Jamaica and was staying up the road from where I live. So every day before we go studio, we link up, you know, but this day we decided so we're going to mic the kitchen. So while I was cooking before we go studio, you know, the whole cooking and everything was being recorded, you know. I mean, I'm on to mic my environment certain times, you know. I like to record my environment sometimes. You know, simple things like even just the outdoor sounds and thing. Cause, you know, it's just a scientific thing. You know what I mean? And yeah, we mic the kitchen and we recorded a couple hours of conversation, reasoning. And Max now, luckily it wasn't me who had to do this, but Max had to go through the whole 2, like 2+ hours of reasoning, you know what I mean, and go through it and pick little things out of it, you know what I mean. So yo, big up to Max Glazer for all of that patience, cause you know, working with audio, you know, for go through 2.5 hours worth of audio, chatting and reasoning, you know, with a frost youth who a cook. Yeah, cause you don't know some more time when you're frosting and you reason deeper than certain, you know, within certain other times. So yeah, man, it was a great experience. It was recorded while I was cooking and munching around in the kitchen. Yeah.
I found the final interludes, Everything is Reggae, very interesting. You speak about singing from experience before going on to say you're not a reggae artist, but if reggae is what you're speaking about, then everything you do is going to be reggae. Can you go into some more detail about your thoughts here? What does the term reggae mean to you?
Well, you know, reggae is a very hard thing to really, you know, find a definition for reggae because, you know, our music creates out of spirituality and struggles and happiness and we experiences as a people. And that is a very in-depth story by itself, you know what I mean? And reggae music come out of a very unique situation created by unique people. And it's just a wide, it's very wide thing. You have so, I mean, you have Toots Hibbert, who, in my opinion, is one of the architects of reggae. You know what I mean? If not the architect of reggae, you have Toots. Then you have people like Jackie Mittoo and the musicians who were a little more musical than the artists who mix and blend the music because, you know, because of them scientifical, you know, approach to music and them thing there. You know, them explore a lot with it. People like Sly Dunbar who literally, you know, explore the whole swing of reggae music and them thing there. It hard really define it and that's exactly what I was trying to say. Like people tend to define reggae these days using the wrong things. You know what I mean? You can't define reggae based on the fact that it have a check in it and them thing there because there's so much music, so many music around the world with similar guitar approaches. But you don't know, reggae is really the feeling within the music. You know what I mean? Because you have songs like No Woman No Cry, you know, or Bob Marley sing a gospel version of it, but it sounds like reggae because of what he's saying. You know what I mean? You have tune like even when Tara Riley saying I'm going out, I'm forward, never leave I Jaja. And you know, that's a straight up hip hop R&B rhythm, but you know, a reggae, it feel, cause reggae is the soul within the music. That's why reggae end up have so much different forms and different shapes because reggae is not necessarily the shape, but what the shape contains. You know what I mean? So reggae is not really the vehicle, but it's really who driving the vehicle is reggae. So you gotta have reggae hip hop, you gotta have reggae dancehall, you gotta have reggae everything, cause you know what I mean. And when you look on the fact that without reggae there would be no hip hop, you know what I mean. Without reggae, which even though it is so influenced by soul music and R&B and funk evolved because of reggae. R&B evolved because of reggae. Like, if you listen to Marvin Gaye before and after reggae music, it's totally different. It's a totally different artist. If you listen to Stevie Wonder before and after reggae break into America, is a total different thing. So reggae is an evolutionary sound. Anything reggae go near it have to evolve. So, you know, everything what me do, man, is reggae because it's the soul within the music. Everything what me do. But because of how reggae is being labeled right now, and note that the people who have the greatest access in terms of media. The people who are out there defining reggae, they don't even know what it is. You know what I mean? A lot of the people who even represent the music, they don't know anything about the music. You know what I mean? And I feel like I don't want to be limited by someone's interpretation, especially if that someone don't even know what them trying to interpret. They don't even know about it, you know. So I don't necessarily I'm not one of the persons who are going to go out there and say yes, reggae superstar Chronixx or reggae icon, because reggae is not an iconic music or a superstar music in the first place, you know. So it's like I would rather people not put me into any genre, because I personally wouldn't want to be limited by that, you know. I want to be within a space that I define. You overs? So me define my space, and I will exist in it. You know what I mean? You can't define my space, because your definition are gonna limit me in some way, and I can't afford that. You know what I mean? Yeah, can't really afford that right now.
The featured artists on the mixtape are those who you know well and are good friends of yours, but around a year ago, you featured on Belly of the Beasts, a track taken from rapper Joey Bada's album, Before the Money. Can you tell me about the relationship between you and Joey? How far does it go back? And why did you decide to do this collaboration? I'm sure you must get requests almost every day from artists who want to work with you.
Joey, no. Joey is a youth who is very he's a good youth, you know what I mean? And he has a love for our music, you know, as a youth who grew up in a Brooklyn, you know, and experience Jamaican culture more than most youths in the United States get to see it. You know, youths who live at Brooklyn, Flatbush, Queens, all of them places there. You know, a youth them who literally grew up in Jamaica. You know, so him have a good understanding and appreciation for the music. You know, first thing, and then we link up online. You know what I mean? And then you know, we link in flesh, and he came to Jamaica, I went to New York, and, you know, vibe, and, you know, I sent him some music that me and Teflon was working on, and he sent me some music that he was doing for his album, and, you know, it turned out well. Him sent a beat from Hit Boy, and the rhythm was good, you know, and it had his verse on it and everything, and, you know, I waited until I was in New York again when we could really link up, and we link up. I went to Quad Studios and recorded it. You know what I mean? It was a great experience, actually. You know what I mean? For being in studio with a rapper, like he wasn't the depiction of what, or he wasn't what I expected a rapper to be like. You know what I mean? In terms of his persona, his spirituality, humility, and all of them things there, you know what I mean? And people change, you know, as you experience more and more fame, it will change you, either for the better or for the worse, you know? But him was a youth too, you know, him have a irie vibe. And you don't really get that a lot from people who live in a world that is influenced by Hollywood and them things there. You find, say, you don't really find people who still article and, you know, still can experience themselves outside of being a sensation or an idol or whatever. So, yeah, it was a good vibe.
One more question before I let you go. It's obvious that visuals and how things look are very important to you. You only have to look at the artwork for this mixtape or your Instagram accounts to see this. In one post recently, you spoke about working with a number of people to increase the visual aspects of your performance on the Capture Lands 2 tour. Can you tell me about the changes you made and why you place such importance on this side of things?
Well, I teamed up with this brethren called Taj Francis, who is one of the youths who have been working with Protege from the 7 Year Itch album. And I also worked with this. Well, basically, Taj Francis is a part of a team of three creative people who deal with the visual arts and video and all of them things. And then I also teamed up with John Da Costa, who is probably Jamaica's best lighting director and stage effects person. He worked with he have a lot of international experience and stuff like that. So yeah, I decided that I wanted to add, because I started out my life as an artist, also as a visual artist. All of my teenage years was livicated towards the visual arts, from drawing to graphics, sculpting, painting, and yeah, I decided that my music is, a lot of my songs comes from visuals, just me closing my eyes and imagining myself in a marketplace. From that comes a song, and it good when you can make the reconnection, within the listener and the people who experience music. So when a person, as when I say, when a person discover Chronixx, they must discover the culture, and a great aspect of our culture is how it looks. Our culture have a look, it have a visual identity, and you need creative people who, you need brave people and creative young people who willing to help you to create the visual aspect and depict the visual aspect of the culture. So a person should leave my show wondering how His Majesty looks, or wonder what Rastafari is, or a person shouldn't leave my show wondering what reggae music is, or how does dancehall relate to reggae music. A person shouldn't have to leave my show wondering what Jamaican food is like, or they should be able to smell Jamaican, taste Jamaican, smell Rasta and taste Rasta, and know about herb and know about food and know about everything, because we are just the sound aspect of the culture, and every aspect have to reflect all the other aspects in some way or another. And adding visuals to a show is how I imagine myself depicting that aspect of the culture.
Roots and Chalice, the new mixtape from Chronixx and Federation Sound, is available now from soundcloud.com/Chronixx Music. Go and check it out. It is well worth the listen. Also, head over to chronixxmusic.com for upcoming tour dates and all other information you may need. Chronixx, thanks a lot. Is there anything else you would like to add before we finish?
Well, you don't know. We give thanks every time. I would like to add a moment of thanksgiving. Give thanks to the universe for another opportunity, to express my thoughts to people, give thanks to everyone out there who documenting this culture and this music, out of purity and out of love for the music. Give thanks for every musician within the Jamaica space and elsewhere around the world who have chosen, because doing music is a choice, and people who choose to do it make a very tough decision, because it's one of those missions and one of those life purpose that take you physically away from the people that you love a lot. You know what I mean? And it jogging into the four corners of the world. For a good reason, you know what I mean? To breathe good energy into the world and make people feel nice. So we give thanks for everybody who choose to do that job there. Yeah, cause it's good for be the one who nice up the place. I mean.
Gibbo presents